What's up, legends? I thought today I would go live because I want to do an update on some of the TA entries that I spoke about on my show yesterday, because we got the bounce, we got the entries. I saw a lot of you commenting on X, as well as, of course, the private community got a lot of the really good trades. And hold on a second. Wait, go away. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we got a lot of really good entries, but this is the time where we have to have a look to see, like, is that the bounce that's going to lead to further upside and we're all good to hold on for our trades for now? Or is there something in the price action that is telling us to be a little bit cautious? And right now there is that for me. So I want to go through that with you guys. Now, because I'm live, what I'm going to need you to do is smash the like button nice and early. And, you know, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, but I'm going to go over some other things as well. I do want to just give you a caution for those that may be in trades. And I'm going to start from the higher time frame. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, as well as, you know, just a bit of a reminder of what we need to be careful of this week. So I can see you guys in the chat. Little Kids Dream Big says she is our savior. TTC fam is here. Good morning from Mexico. Yeah, guys, let me know where you're from. It's not often that I go live. So when I do go live, it's because there's something that I want to tell you to either protect your trades or protect your portfolios or potentially even get trades that I just don't have time to do pre-recorded video and edit. It will be too late. So that's why I'm going live for this. And so if you appreciate that, I need those likes and I need those subscribes and all that to let me know. So who have we got here? Netherlands, awesome. Love you, Annie, love you back. Good morning from Zimbabwe. Awesome. Keep sending those through. So I'm going to go to, what am I going to go to? I'm going to go to the higher time frame for Bitcoin. We're going to start there because that's going to give us the hint of everything else. So let's just talk about yesterday. The good news about yesterday is look how this candle closed. That's pretty delicious. Now, if you didn't catch yesterday's video, at the time I filmed it, was it yesterday? Tuesday, Monday? Yeah, it was yesterday. This candle had a much larger body down around the 50% fib level right here. And so, you know, it was risky to take long entries, but it was also, as I said, the perfect area to look for potential areas, just in case the daily time frame in this range ends up giving us a higher low. And if it does, we would expect a breakout potentially next up to, I'm targeting around the 114K if we can break the prior resistance. So when I look at the daily candle, that yesterday's daily candle, it's pretty positive because it closed as a hammer. It wicked off the 50 EMA. That all looks really good, but that's only step one. After that, you need the follow through, and ideally you want that follow through to come with high volume, because the high volume keeps the traders trapped, the ones that are in the wrong direction, it keeps them trapped. If the price is moving too slowly away from the area, it gives people time to think and get out. We've got Portugal, Colorado, Thailand, Queensland, Nigeria, Spain. How cool is the internet, man? We can literally reach people all over the world. France, UK, Poland, Bangkok. Wow. Ukraine. Awesome. Okay. So I'm getting sidetracked. So, okay. When we look at the daily time frame, currently it's a good start. So that's our positive. I also did happen to notice just before I went live, some of the heat map orders have changed from previously, where we had, we didn't have these long orders down here. So there are people wanting to defend the 97K level. Should we come back down there, they want to defend that and they will buy at that level. We did have shorts. I believe were they here at 107? Yeah, I think they were, but they're gone now. So that's also a positive at this point in time. And the 114 is still there, which is why that is my current target should we break out to the upside. So on the daily, it's okay. But when we go down to the lower time frames, it's a little bit different. So if I'm on the 1 hour, when you have a look at the 1 hour time frame, what we can see here so far is that we've got our peak formation high, which was here, and then we had 3 hits to the same level right here, which that whole part there forms what is called a trapping volume formation. And I won't really go into detail about what that is, but essentially it's trapped these traders, okay? So it trapped these traders right at the top here, and then we didn't return to the level. So if they took long positions here, and then they waited for price to come back to their entry just so they could get out, it never came back to their entry. So that's just a very typical manipulation kind of pattern. If you learn it, you can recognize it and you understand what the market makers are trying to do to you. And yeah, if you did take a position first of all, if you learn it, you wouldn't take the position in the wrong direction. But second of all, if you did, you know what's going on and you know to cut your losses early. So what follows from that is the breakdown, which is what we saw on, what day are we on today? Tuesday, yesterday. So we saw this breakdown yesterday, and now we have this move happening through here that is kind of acting as a retracement, but this is the move that we talked about yesterday where we expected some sort of a recovery attempt and a move to the upside. So if you watched this channel yesterday, you may have taken the long position. Let me know in the chat if you did. I know a lot of you have tagged me today on X, which I really appreciate the recognition, especially for the hard work of actually getting trades like this. And I know a lot of us in Discord got it as well. Now I want to talk about the problems. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame, because this is what happens when you take high risk entries like this. So this was the formation where we took our long positions, right? When you take high risk entries like this, there's always a chance that the trade that you're in is a short-term bounce before further trend continuation. Meaning if the trend was to the downside and you take this long position, whilst that long position is playing out, you have to assess whether or not that long position is just a short-term recovery and therefore you set targets to take profit, or is it actually a change in trend and something that you can hold on to for a long time? So when we look at the daily, it looks okay, right? The daily looks like it's a high or low bounce within the channel. But when we come down to the lower time frames, it gives us a little bit more information about that bounce. And so there's 2 things that you have to look for in a bounce. If you are going to get a nice trend change, what will happen is you get this W. Now, if you're in my private community, if you're in Discord, I told you guys this morning, so you're aware of this information that I'm about to share, which, by the way, if you want to get information early, you need to be in our private Discord, because now these guys have their profit targets already set as a result of that morning video. However, if not, you're getting it now. But also, if you are in the private community, I do have more to tell you than what I told you this morning. So keep watching. So it's a nice strong trend will do something like this, right? This is when you know that you're in a trend change. So you're creating higher highs and higher lows. Now, when you're creating those higher highs and higher lows, the higher low that forms after a higher high here, so these two, will be higher than the prior higher high. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So this here, when you have this initial move and we retrace, the retracement won't go lower than the last higher high. So same here, got a higher high. This retracement won't go lower than this higher high. That's when you know you have a trend change. When you have this happen instead, so let's just say it goes like this, and then you don't get as much of a push, and this goes like this. This is a different formation where you still technically have higher highs and higher lows, but the higher lows come lower than the previous higher high here and here. Now, the first one that I explained to you is a trend change. This here is a corrective move, and a corrective move means that it's going to lead back to continuation of the original trend. So that means if we were looking at this, that's the original trend, okay? So keep these two in mind. Now, when I take you back to the current price action and what has happened since our bounce, you can see here, we created this high, we created this higher low, then we've created, it was actually this high here. I just did this for the thumbnail, but we created this higher high here, only just, right? It's not much of a higher high, but you see how this higher low is lower than this one? So when you see that, that's when you have to start thinking that you are potentially in a short-term trade that might change the trend soon if it can't break each day's initial high of the day. So the initial high of the day, if you're new to this channel, it's the highest point that price goes in the Asia session that forms the initial high of the day. So Asia is down here, and this is the initial high of the day right here, created by this candle. So today's initial high of the day is 103,325, and yesterday's one was at 102,020. Now, I did an update on Twitter yesterday. By the way, if you're new here and you don't follow me on Twitter and you're not in my private community, make sure you do that, because if I ever give away, you know, potential entries on YouTube, when the actual entry is validated and you actually enter, if there's a warning bell, I will go to Twitter to give it to you so that you can stay updated. Shouldn't do that. You should learn for yourself. But I do that so that you can protect, especially because I tend to take high risk trades. So I actually did that on Twitter yesterday. Where was it? Here we go, where I said this. I said Bitcoin gave the end of UK start of US price action that I wanted to see for short-term recovery. So that's what I covered on my video yesterday. And I said it's a good start, but if we want to see continuation, we need to break the initial high of the day. And I had marked that out there because at the time we had rejected it. We hadn't broken it yet. So it was essential for continuation. It was essential that we broke in the US session the initial high of the day. Now that ended up happening at the end of the session, which is seems to be happening a lot lately, that US will give a final push to close out its session. So that was good. We woke up a little bit richer today. Great. But we haven't really done much since then. And when we have a look at this price action, when I showed you the two, the trend and the corrective, you have to, like, facts are facts, that this price action right now, these higher highs and higher lows are corrective. And so we're making money. It's great. We're making money. It's okay. But we also, all in, Annie, I'm in along. Good on you. Yes, we are spoiled at TTC. All the diehard CCs are in the house. So yeah, so we're in this corrective wave, and then we are consolidating after it. Now, this consolidation, when US opens, might change the trend, because today Asia has set its range. So it's set its initial high. I mentioned that earlier, and it also sets the initial low of the day as well. So it set that down here at 101,263. And what was I going to say about that? Yes, so if that happens and then UK consolidates, which UK is not meant to consolidate. UK is meant to trend, right? So it's being naughty right now. It's not doing what it's meant to do. So we have to be very careful when the US opens. And if you took a long position and the US session opens and cannot break the initial high of the day, I would highly recommend taking profits on your longs so that you don't give back the really good work that we've done over the last day. The money that has been made in here is great for a day's work. I was actually thinking about it. It's real pompous for me to say this. Should I say it? I'm not going to say it. It's too egotistical to say. I want to keep it to myself. But moral story is I had a great day today. I went and I got my nails done, and then I got my eyebrows done, and then I got a 90-minute massage. And today I had it planned to record 10 videos, but I woke up and I was like, I don't want to. And there's just such freedom in that to be like, yeah, I don't want to do that hard work today. I want to go and get a massage instead. And I could do that because of amazing trades that I've taken, right? And again, it just comes back to why this is worth getting good at. You know, I'm really preaching it a lot lately that just it is a difficult skill and it does take commitment and time, but there is nothing more powerful and there is no more truer financial freedom than trading, because no one can take that away from you. You have a business, you have a job, they can be taken away from you, and I speak from experience, but trading can't. So anyway, rant over. So the moral of the story is then I got to think about a few things. If I'm now thinking that this is corrective, what it essentially means is that we're potentially bear flagging. Bear flagging? Yeah, bear flagging. So let me draw that out for you. So if you know traditional patterns, we're potentially doing a little bit of this, right? So that would qualify as corrective, where we've had the move down, we've had the retracement, and probably going to break down further. And that would bring the target like probably back to the low that it was before. There are currently, like I showed you, longs waiting at 97K. So it could get potentially ugly if we cannot break the initial high of the day. And that's why I wanted to go live today, because I don't want you to give back your profits if you happen to get the long position yesterday. There were 3 things that I was looking out for today, with the idea in mind that this might be a bear flag. You can see them marked on my chart. So the initial high of the day was one area that I wanted to see break, and I'm going to be waiting for US to see if there's any chance of me getting that. If not, I'm closing my trades. If we get it, then the next area is into this red vector candle here, because this is a nice kind of big spike. How big was it? Let me check. Yeah, it's a big spike in volume. You can see it down here, right? So coming into this red vector candle here, I'm on the 15-minute time frame. Sorry, one second. Here is going to be the next thing. And what you can see when I mark that out is that today's initial high of the day has rejected off it a number of times. So again, that might be the best we're going to get. So I would definitely be looking to take profits if we cannot get back above and into this area. Finally, if we do, if US surprises us and opens with a big green candle, as we know it can do, then that doesn't mean I'm still not got the take profit idea in mind. I still have this area of interest up here, which is a really key important area at 104, say 250 to 104, 650. The reason that that's a really important area is because it is the last candle before the buyers gave up and the price fell away. That means that there was a big tug of war. So as you can see, prior to that, we were consolidating. Okay, we're consolidating a lot. And that means that there was a big battle between buyers and sellers. I literally think of it like a tug of war. You know, you've got the buyers on a rope on one side, you've got the sellers on the other side. Nobody wants to give up, but as they're both pulling on both ends, one side is tiring out. And eventually when they tire out, they drop the rope and we go in the winner's direction, right? So in this case, the buyers dropped the rope and the sellers won out and price fell away. So that always becomes a really important area, because if price returns there, you don't know if there are still more sellers waiting. And so it becomes a target. You would either wait for price to return there and show you weakness. And if it shows you weakness, you take profits on your long. And if it breaks right through it, then you know there were no more sellers there and you can hold on and continue to ride the trend. So there's 2 really important areas for you to watch when US opens today, being the initial high of the day up into this red vector candle here, and then being this area of interest is the final one. It also lines up with yesterday's high of the day and also 50% area of the high and low of the week. So if you don't know what all of those things mean and why they're important, it's probably just another reason why you should come and join the private community and learn all of this stuff. Just to let you know, we include all of our memberships all of our courses in the one membership. So there's a ton of stuff here to learn. Someone actually said to me on Twitter, I'm learning so much from your posts. What more could I possibly learn in your private community? I want you to know that what I teach on this channel is probably 10% of what everybody knows in my community. So this here is one course. It's 55 lessons. This is the only system that I cover on this channel, but there's more. There's all of these masterclasses. There's scalp trading, other trading strategies. There's a lot more, and I never talk about that on this channel. So it really depends, how good do you want to get? You know, like if you think that you can learn to trade just off this channel, great. Like I'm so happy for you to do that. But if you really want to be great and be able to empower yourself with multiple strategies so that you can trade in all kind of session types, then, you know, sometimes, yeah, you got to commit to something, you know. So anyway, that's what I would be watching for in US. If we can't break the initial high of the day, and if we can't break here, I'd be looking to take profits. Now, I promised my private members that I had more, because they already know this, right? They're sitting here going, Annie, whatever, bored. But they already know this because I told them this morning. But I promised you I had something for you specifically, and I do. So here's the thing. Number one, like I said, if we don't break those two levels in US, I'm not holding on to the long position. I'm taking profit, okay? I just want to be clear about that. And I know what you guys are going to ask me. Does that include your coin futures longs and your USDT futures longs and your... Yes, I'm closing everything, okay? I'm closing everything before anyone asks. And the reason is because there is one thing about these corrective waves that can lead to a higher time frame change in trend, in which case it's too early for that to happen yet. And what that is that this whole part here has the potential to be creating a higher time frame left side W. Could be a 1 hour, could be a 4 hour, could be the daily for all we know, meaning it's going to take a long time. And the reason why I say it's possible is because on the inside left side of a W, you usually do get a corrective wave. Wow, man, how good is that information? Like, are you guys blown away? So that's it. But here's the thing, because you might be thinking, well, hang on, if you think that has the potential to be an inside left side, why aren't you keeping your longs open? The reason I'm not keeping them open is because I don't want to take that risk and give everything back. Because worst case scenario, if I take my profits, if it can't break this level, let's just say I take my profits, you know, somewhere here in US, if it can't break, and price comes back to create the second side of the W, right? It might come all the way back here. I'm going to now recognize that because I understand this pattern, and I'll just open a new long position here. So I don't want to take the risk on the money that's been made here, giving it back in the hope that we get a W, simply for the reason that I don't see higher low orders here yet. Right? The orders, the people that are waiting to buy are waiting below the peak low of this current week. That's a problem. So I would need to see orders come here at about 100K. If I saw more orders build there, well, it will be too late. I'll be out because I'm taking my profit and running. But if I were to see that, so where's 100K? They're kind of up here. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, we'll see. If we got back to around the low, so that's 99.5. If we got somewhere around there, like let's just say $1,000 range of that, and we were able to hold it, I'll just get back into a new long there. And the reason why I don't want to risk it is there's no guarantee, because currently this is a bear flag, and the bear flag, considering there aren't significant buys until 97K, the bear flag could create another leg down. And if it does, now I'm being real complicated, so I'm really sorry if you're new to this channel, but if it does, that's our level 1 drop. Is it level 1? Anyway, let's just say for this week, it's level 1 drop on a higher time frame, and this is going to be level 2 drop. So again, that's why I won't risk it. We are better off taking profits on the long and just re-entering if US can't break right through all of these levels. So we'll know that when US opens, it's not too far away. Everything I have told you applies to everything I showed you yesterday. So if we have a look at ETH, ETH hit my target perfectly. Wait, let me get rid of this. So ETH hit my target perfectly, which was back to yesterday's initial high of the day. Actually, I have to brag about this on X. I'll do a post later. Oh, no, I think I already have. I have. I've done enough. I only do it to antagonize people. I'm not really like I'm so good. I'm not like that. But anyway, so ETH hit the target. So the trade as a day trade is done. And now we're waiting to see exactly the same thing. If US gives us more in this move, great, we can hold on to it, but it's got to break its initial high of the day as well. Solana will be the same too. Solana is, so Solana's initial high of today is actually higher than yesterday. So that's good. It's trending a little bit more nicely, but I mean, it may have already created its peak formation. Let's have a look at XRP. So XRP was the greatest trade out of all of them. Now, I didn't do XRP on this channel, but I did do it in Discord. So this has been my biggest trade since Monday. So it's really paying out well, considering there's so much FUD. I have a feeling that Pedro might talk about XRP tomorrow. So I'll let him talk about the fundamental stuff that's going on. Like the Bitcoin maxis are hating on XRP right now. And it's just a big bitch fight. So let him cover that. I'm just trading price action. I'm just trading what I see. And again, it's miserable higher highs and higher lows. But we got some good profits out of it for a day's work, you know. We took Link as well. Link looks like it's changing. So might take that and run, see how US opens. HBAR, the community knows I got stopped out of HBAR because I moved my stop too early, and then I woke up and it had moved a lot more. So I'm a bit sad about that, but it's okay. There's one trade out of the lot. Now, is there anything else I wanted to tell you? There probably is. We've gone through that. Oh yes, let's have a look at the dominance. That's what I wanted to say. Actually, before I have a look at dominance, I just wanted to shout out Jason Appleton. He has a YouTube channel, Crypto Crow, and he did this. He retweeted one of my tweets yesterday. Is it called tweet or whatever it is? And he said, follow her now. He is the nicest person in YouTube. Like he discovered me on TikTok back when nobody knew. I was no one. I still am. But like back in the day, I think I had like 1,000 subscribers or something on YouTube. And he has just been my biggest advocate ever since. He was the first person. He had a really large channel. His channel's here, Crypto Crow. And he was like, please come on my channel. I want my audience to meet you. And we did an interview. And, you know, back then, like people were pushing for me to be on other larger channels. And the other larger channels were like, she's got no personality. Like they would, you know. And I did this interview on his channel where I just talked naturally through my strategy. And bang, the channels were like, we want you, you know? So just, yeah, I've got so much love for him. He loves Cardano. So, you know, there's that. But check out his channel and just want to say thank you, because even to this day, he's just always like, I don't know, validating who I am in this space, which I really appreciate. So anyway, let's go back to the Bitcoin dominance. We spoke about this center peak breaking. The candle closed with a large wick, so that's kind of okay, but it looks like today's candle wants to break through it. So I won't go into detail about what that means because I did cover it yesterday. And we just have to keep an eye on this, right? Because if you are freaking out about your altcoins, you know, if this keeps breaking out and to the upside, like you're going to have to make some serious decisions about them in the meantime. Looking at the USDT dominance, kind of same deal. We're just still in the range. We just want to make sure that the USDT dominance doesn't break out of this range to the upside. So we like to see weakness there, and totals doesn't look great either. So, you know, the money is in Bitcoin really right now and kind of XRP for some reason. But yeah, the money's in Bitcoin now, and that kind of makes it easier to trade. What did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, that makes it easier to trade because you only have to trade one asset. But when this changes, let me just move this back because now I've got OCD. When this changes and starts to bounce out, then you got to go and look at everything in your watch list, and that's bloody annoying. So anyway, there's that. Now, the other thing too that might be a caution is, well, two things actually. Number one is this. So if we look at S&P, the bear flag is more obvious there, right? Look how this candle's going. It's got 14 minutes to close on the 1 hour. That's the inverted hammer rejecting off the 50 EMA. That doesn't look good. So if the stock market comes down, it's going to bring down crypto with it. So really, like, I'm going to have to get off soon because it might be time to close my trades. And let's have a look at NASDAQ as well. Same deal. Like their bear flags are way more obvious. And yeah, big caution. Look, when you have the bounce and then the bounce curves under EMAs, not good. Definitely not good. And also, Dixie is holding its low of the week. So the low of the week was here. It's bounced out. It's kind of gapped up. It's created a higher high. Not good for our risk on kind of assets. And what else did I want to show you? Funding rates are fine, so it shouldn't be a leverage washout, I think. I think that's it. Yeah, I showed you this. I've showed you everything. So yeah, moral of the story is let's just keep an eye on that. Look, don't take this as a definite. Like, I'm not saying we're 100% going down. I'm saying just be prepared to take those profits and potentially open a short position as well, by the way. Should US not be able to open and fairly soon into the US session be able to break out to the upside. I remembered what else I had to tell you. I had to tell you about this. So it's 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. Dubai time, which is now 5:46. So in an hour and 15 minutes from now, if you're watching this live, which by the way, if you are, please smash those like buttons if you haven't already, and leave me a comment down below and also in the chat. But if you're watching the recording, please let me know if you actually took those trades, because I'm just really interested to know if people just sit and watch to learn, which is totally fine, or do you actually get involved in some of the trade setups that I do? Because I have a thing and I don't want to commit to it, but should I tell you? Because if I tell you, I might have to commit to it. Should I tell you? Let me know in the comments. Should I tell you or should I keep it to myself until I've made up my mind? Bring on the volatility. That's true. I love volatility as a day trader. Okay. I'm thinking of starting a second live trading channel, because sometimes I just want to, like when I'm in the moment trading, I just want to hit record because I can just talk in the moment and just explain what I'm seeing and why I want to enter. But that sort of content just wouldn't work on this channel because this channel is a bit more educational. So what do you reckon? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you think I should start a second channel? The thing is, it won't have a regular schedule because we're victims of the market. So I'll just be going live when I think there's going to be a trade. And so you'll just have to have your notifications turned on and jump on when I'm live, because if you're not there, it'll be too late. So what do you guys reckon? Do it, bring it. Annie's live DGen trading channel. Do it. Yeah, all right, I'll have a think about it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this, guys. So in an hour and 10 minutes from now, we have consumer confidence. That might be the thing that gives us the US spike into the final target, but it might also be the thing that cannot break the initial high of the day and we reverse. So keep an eye, like if you haven't made your decision on what to do with your trades in the next hour, and you happen to see price moving around that time, it will be because of the result of consumer confidence. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and you may have to act quick if it turns out to be negative. If it turns out to be positive, great. We just go up to our target and we already know where that target is anyway. In addition to that, now I won't be here tomorrow, but we will have Pedro here tomorrow. So tomorrow we have the federal funds rate and FOMC press conference. That's usually I was going to say it's usually volatile, but sometimes it's a nothing burger. But it's not really about that it's volatile. It's that it's the longest news event where the price can be unpredictable, because first of all, you have the statement that comes out, and so there can be a reaction to that statement, but then you have the press conference, and that can go for like half an hour. And in that time, you know, traders are they're looking for certain words, and if they get those words in there, it can cause them to just panic sell, or it can cause price to pump, and it can be really difficult to trade. So it is better to be out of the market when we have FOMC, or at the very least, if you are in a really good trending trade, your stop losses are protecting those trades. And you know, if you can happen to be around the computer at that time, you can make fast manual decisions. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for joining me live. I appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that like, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one and stay safe with your trades. Always remember, like, just take your profits. Just take your profits, get paid. We can always get back in. Bye-bye.